Welcome to the midway point of the BTFL Season 2. We have the Indianapolis Guardians and the Buffalo Stampede. We start out with Vinny Testaverde coming off of his second win of the season. He would be intercepted here by Donald Franks, and this would set up the Guardians in good position as Favre would throw it over the middle to Sammy Smith as he runs into the end zone for the touchdown, 7-0 lead. The Guardians get the ball back. Favre winds up, throws it over the middle to Bavaro, but he's intercepted by Joey Browner. This would lead to a Pete Stoyanovich field goal. It's a 4-point ball game. Favre, he wants the ball back. He throws it down the right side to Alexander. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Favre runs out of the pocket, sacked by Mike Crowell. This would lead to a field goal make here by Nick Lowry. 10-3 ball game. Vinny Testaverde needs some points. He throws it down the right side to Al Toon. He's watching cartoons to the 50-yard line. And then Vinny Testaverde winds up down the right side. Gives it to Garrison Hurst. He's tackled inside the 10 and would get the shovel pass into the end zone for the touchdown. Game is tied. In the shadow of their own goal line, Ron Moore gets the ball up the middle. He gets tackled and he's injured. He would be replaced by Leroy Thompson at running back. Brett Favre would throw it down the left side, intended for Jerry Rice, and he's intercepted by Bubba McDowell. And then Vinny Testaverde play action rollout bootlegs, throws it to the guy with knives on his hands, Brian Blades, and this would be a Stoyanovich made field goal. It's a 3-point ball game. The Stampede have come back. Brett Favre over the middle to Bavaro, trying to get more points. Brett Favre has seemed to stall a lot. Chris Chandler did way better in reserve for Favre. And Sammy Smith gets the ball inside the red zone. Favre is sacked here by Mike Crowell. This would lead to a field goal miss here by Nick Lowry. So that was a missed opportunity. Vinny Testaverde play action rollout bootlegs again. Throws it to a jumping Al Toon inside the 15-yard line. And this would lead to another Stoyanovich made field goal. 6-point ball game. Leroy Thompson up the middle. He coughs the ball up. It's a fumble. Ball is bouncing around and eventually gets recovered by Mark Wheeler. But Stoyanovich does the Guardians a solid. That's no good. Last-ditch effort for Favre. He throws it down the right side. It's intercepted. And the Stampede win their second consecutive game of the last 2 weeks, 16-10. Hopefully Boston isn't getting hot flashes from the last 2 weeks where they have had teams come back against them. Baltimore hasn't really done that well this season. As Leonard Russell comes back from injury, Randall Hill catches the ball down the right side. And then when the drive stalls, Chip Lohmiller is there to knock in the field goal, 3-0. Boston with the ball back. Dazzling pass by Craig to Mervin Fernandez inside the red zone to around the 10-yard line. And then Ernest Biner would bum it in for the touchdown. Eric Kramer would be intercepted here by the Eagles, and this would lead to another Chip Lohmiller made field goal. Kurt Govea has come in clutch for the Eagles, and you know who's come in clutch for the Eagles? Dave Craig. Jumping pass, rocket catch, Randall Hill, and then Ernest Biner bums it in for the touchdown, vulturing it off of that great pass and catch. Irving Fryer is the intended receiver as Wayne Haddix intercepts Eric Kramer, and then Randall Hill jangles around, getting it inside of Bulls territory, and the field goal is good. Last week against Pittsburgh, 25-13 was the deficit for Pittsburgh, but they came roaring back off the arm of John Elway and really left Boston in the dust as they were unable to come back and unable to get any points inside 2 minutes. Would this be the same thing that happens to Boston for the third consecutive week? Ernest Biner runs the ball down the right side, but he coughs the ball up. It's a fumble. Tom Carter recovers it, and the Bulls get points here from Jason Hanson, albeit not very many points. Johnny Bailey runs around defenders, gets it inside of Bulls territory, trying to make sure the Bulls don't come back on them. Biner up the middle. He gets tackled, and he's injured. He would be replaced by Johnny Hector again, as Biner was out previously in the season. Lohmiller adds a field goal. Last-ditch effort for the Bulls. Kramer goes back. He throws intended for Mark Ingram. Dives to make the catch, but he does not. as the Eagles hold off the Bulls. They are 5-3 and the Bulls are 2-6. The Cleveland Cardinals lost their first game of the season last week. They'll play the Chiefs, and John Taylor will give Jim McMahon some help. Will begin with Ken O'Brien throwing it deep down the right side of the field to Marcus Allen. He goes around a defender and he gets the touchdown, 7-0. Cardinals get the ball back. Ken O'Brien goes back, throws it down the right side to Reggie Foghorn Langhorn, and Ken Willis will add this field goal, putting them up 2 possessions. Another drive for the Cardinals as Marcus Allen gets another ball over the middle, receiving, and then Ken Willis will add another field goal. And it seems like the Cardinals don't have any trouble scoring points and stopping points for the other team. Marcus Allen will get another ball receiving, and then Robert Clark gets it down the left side. This field goal would be no good by Ken Willis. Score is still 13-0. Chiefs will start piling it on here as John Taylor will get the dazzling pass by Jim McMahon, getting the ball to around the 10-yard line, and then play action, roll out, bootleg. Art Monk is painting a picture in the end zone for the touchdown. The Chiefs get their first points of the game. Ken O'Brien and the Cardinals get the ball back, surveying the field. Marcus Allen gets another reception down the field, a deep pass, and then Ken O'Brien, no pressure in his face, gives another receiving touchdown to Marcus Allen, the Hall of Famer. Celebrate there, Ken O'Brien. Jim McMahon, he won a Super Bowl in 1985 with the Chicago Bears. He's going to throw it to another Super Bowl champion in John Taylor. Motion here, Alonzo Highsmith gets the ball and he's in it for the touchdown. 6-point game. Chiefs get the ball back and John Taylor gets the ball back himself as he is the leading receiver here for the Chiefs. And then Barry Sanders would get the ball over the middle. The human highlight reel, the human joystick, Barry Sanders. Last-ditch effort for the Cardinals. They're on the verge of a 2 consecutive losing streak. O'Brien throws it down the left side and he's incomplete. The Chiefs are 3-5, and then Cleveland, on the other hand, 2 consecutive losses at 6-2.
New Orleans Tigers and Charlotte Wildcats, 2 teams on the fringe of the BTFL playoff picture in the middle of the regular season. An interception here early in the game sets up Charlotte, led by Warren Moon, who ironically, with Randall Cunningham playing so well in the BTFL running the ball, it is amazing that Warren Moon hasn't been more of a threat on the ground this year. Just 298 yards rushing, less than a quarter of the production of Randall Cunningham, just saying. Meanwhile, New Orleans would put together an excellent drive. Here goes the toss to Emmitt Smith, and the Hall of Famer does it all himself. 9 touchdown runs this season on over 1,275 yards on the ground. He has been ridiculous. Emmitt Smith of New Orleans, keeping them alive going into the game, just under 500. 7-6 is our score here. Andre Rison, who has been a long ball threat on the year for Charlotte, reels in the touchdown from Moon, his 20th through the air this year. Emmitt Smith gets it going on the ground as he slips right through the first wave of defenders and puts them into scoring range. And then Smith, well, he continues to be workhorse for them this year. They feature him for the 3rd straight play on the run. And here going into the end of the first half, he sets up Tommy Vardell for the score. Ensuing kickoff with the Charlotte lead of 14-13 is in the end zone for Quadri Ismail. He takes it out from about 8 yards deep and weaves through just about the entire special teams group. What a return here as he gets all the way inside field goal range. And the kick is good to give him the lead from Aldel Greco. 16-14 is our score as we keep it going here in the second half. Warren Moon, as mentioned, a fantastic year throwing the ball, not too much on the ground. He finds Rison deep again. Andre Rison, the former Packer great, I mean, he's averaging about 30 yards a catch. That's Tecmo Super Bowl numbers for you. Andre Rison for Charlotte, and that leads after the score to an Aldel Greco field goal. He's been fantastic this year, making 11 of 14 kicks. 23-17 is our score. Deep ball here, and Anthony Miller, the former Bronco great, reels in the long ball to put him inside the 10, and then Frank Reich off the play fake is intercepted near the goal line. Big mistake for New Orleans. Those mistakes have been huge to keeping them out of the playoff race right now, and the Andre Rison dominant performance continues as he sets him up inside the 35. And underneath, here's Ruben Mays. Not too many touches for him this year, but he sets up Errol Green for the touchdown, his 7th of the season. This Charlotte offense, if they can keep the scoring up like this, they're going to be nearly unbeatable, even if they play a former Hall of Fame great of the Cowboys and Emmitt Smith. He's in for another score. Greco needs to convert an onside kick to have a chance, down 30-24. Mays recovers. He doesn't just keep the possession, but nearly scores a touchdown. Moon would try and do the rest right here with the offense up 6. And under 30 seconds to go, Ruben Mays puts the icing on the cake. Charlotte's 37, New Orleans 24. Monster day out of Andre Rison.
After that disastrous loss to the Stampede, the Washington Generals decide that they're going to make a quarterback switch. Drew Bledsoe is being benched for Sean Salisbury's stake, and they're playing against the Pittsburgh Renegades as Mel Gray takes the direct handoff, getting to the 20, and Derek Fenner bums it in for the touchdown. Elway on his first drive throws it to old reliable Don Beebe, and Don Beebe played in 5 Super Bowls in his career. The final one with the Packers, he finally won, and old reliable catches the touchdown in the end zone. The quick guy, 7-7 tied ball game. Sean Salisbury Stake, he gets his first touchdown of the BTFL after this pass to Derek Fenner with guys nipping at his heels. It's 14-7. John Elway does not want his team to lose to a quarterback who's never started in the BTFL. John Elway's got almost 2 years of experience in the BTFL as Don Beebe gets it over the middle, and Brian Mitchell runs it in for the touchdown. Mel Gray makes a mistake here, gets the ball over the middle. He gets tackled. It's a fumble. Eugene Lockhart recovers. This is a field goal make by Jason Elam. This begins a thread of turnovers. Second consecutive turnover as Salisbury Stake fumbles it, recovered by Quentin Coriat. And this would be a field goal make by Jason Elam. Again, Sean Salisbury Stake would throw another interception here to Fred Marion. And this time, the Renegades capitalize. Don Beebe's got the touchdown, 27-14. Brian Mitchell with the handoff up the middle, but he gets injured. He will be replaced by Robert Drummond, and Sean Salisbury Stake has finally got to make an attempt. He throws it down the left side to Curtis Conway, and then Mel Gray goes down the left side. He goes whoop around defenders, battling it in for the touchdown, 27-20. The next drive for the Washington Generals, Curtis Conway gets it down the left side, and the Generals have got an opening. Sean Salisbury Stake throws it down the left side. Jumping catch by Curtis Conway. And Sean Salisbury's got himself another touchdown. I think that's his second one. But Don Beebe never says die. One of the fastest receivers in NFL history gets it down the left side. It is 34-27, one possession game. And then this game just becomes a shootout as Curtis Conway down the left side going over to the middle, and then Mel Gray making up for that fumble gets himself another touchdown. It's a tied ball game, 34-34. What a game, a barn burner that we've got here. Pittsburgh gets the ball back, and Robert Drummond gets the ball over the middle. He gets tackled, and he coughs the ball up. It's a fumble recovered by Bobby Humphrey. And then on 4th and 1, gutsy move here. Play action. Fakes the defense out, and Curtis Conway's got himself another touchdown. It's 41-34. Michael Jackson gets the touchdown, but Pittsburgh misses the extra point, which is really big. Mark Dupert dives to make the catch, and then Mel Gray splits the defense. I think he had 3 or 4 touchdowns in this game. Last-ditch effort for the Renegades. And John Elway is sacked by Terrell Buckley. And Washington wins 47-40. Salisbury gets his first win in the BTFL. Both teams are 3-5.
Today, the Philadelphia Spears looking for another win, this time hosting the New York Empire, where Wade Wilson gives the ball to Barry Foster, plows right through the line, gets stopped on midfield. The following play, Wade Wilson looking for a pass, passes it to Barry Foster, plows right through, slip past 3 men, puts points on the floor with an impressive first drive. The following play, Steve DeBerg passes the ball to Mike Sherrod, gets stopped shortly. He looks for another pass, gives it this time to Brown, gets stopped there. They're looking to gain the momentum. This time gives the ball to Ricky Irvins. Plows right through, gets past the 20, stopped on the 6-yard line. This time he pitches it, fakes it, gets the ball right back to Gary Brown, runs right for the touchdown. So Wade Wilson gives the ball to Barry Foster, plows right through the line. No one's ahead. He gets through, gets stopped on the 36-yard line. The following play, Wade Wilson passes it to Carrier for the touchdown. It is 14-7. Steve DeBerg making sure his mic is adjusted, throws it, completes it to Mike Sherrod. No one is by and gets stopped on the 25-yard line. Steve DeBerg once again looks for another pass, backs away, passes it, completes it. Gary Brown for the touchdown. Wade Wilson gives the ball to Barry Foster, runs right to the right side. The game was fumbled, but is recovered by Philadelphia, where they settled for a field goal. The Empire was not able to put points on the board, but Wade Wilson gives the ball to Graham this time, runs right through the line, gets past, breaks a tackle, he's past midfield, he's at the 40, gets stopped on the 35-yard line. Wade Wilson looking for a pass after the play action, passes it, completes it to Graham. He gets through, he's moving the ball down the field, this time gives the ball to Barry Foster, runs right through, puts more points on the board. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philadelphia gets the ball back, so this time Wade Wilson gets the play action, passes it, completes it to Michael Hayes, wide open, where he's well known for. He's at the 20. He's stopped on the 13-yard line. This time to give the ball to Scotty Graham. We makes an attempt to run it right through, but unfortunately he was just a yard shy, so it was settled by Barry Foster as Philadelphia extends the lead once again. Steve DeBerg gives the ball to Irvins, plows right through the line. He tried to keep the game alive, but it was turnover on downs. So it's Wade Wilson, gets the ball, passes it. It was intercepted. Steve DeBerg looking to keep this game alive, looks for a deep pass. It is caught after a dive attempt. Steve DeBerg looks for another pass, backs away. He throws it wide open to Mike Sherrod for the touchdown, 31-21. Steve DeBerg gets the ball back once again, throws it. It is incomplete, where they unable to catch up. So the Philadelphia Spirit wins another game
38-21, where Wade Wilson have another great game, leaving Joe Montana's starting position further in jeopardy.